I do think that type of success carries over to the culture and the environment in the gym, even though we can't deny that we lost a lot in terms of offense. Our three seniors provided a heck of a lot of bang last year for our team, and we'll miss that. But I think the culture in our gym is that people recognize opportunities, appreciate competition, and we're pretty confident that someone will step up. Alli Hook is definitely a leader for this team as a senior, as the only senior, somewhat unique. She is the type of quiet leader who leads by example every day. I really like what she brings to the table in terms of experience too, because with 6 freshmen, she as a freshman didn't contribute really to our team. She didn't see the floor much at all. I think she went through some ups and downs, and that was a tough year for her. And so pretty cool that by her junior year, she's a regular on the court, a starter, and because she's experienced the sitting the bench and waiting and working your way into the lineup and being a starter and a contributor for this team, I think she's going to be a really good resource for our freshmen. And she's also a very articulate and composed young woman. Well, we have 4 juniors, 4 hardworking juniors, and two of the 4 have had extensive playing time already as freshmen and sophomores. In Megan Steenheisen, the returning Summit League Setter of the Year, and Tessa McGill, who started as the libero last year and for a 10-match winning streak or so, also played outside hitter for us. So they provide that type of leadership because they have the game and match experience, and in the big matches too. And then there's Haley Emenhiser and Jessie Manwaring, who have really worked for playing time, and I'm just cheering for them to have a breakout year, both of them, because they have worked really hard for it. And they're not off the hook either, just because they haven't had as much playing time as Tessa and Megan. They still can provide very good, valuable leadership for this team. We did. Steve Florio particularly racked up the miles on his car, I think, looking for 6 freshmen, as well as frequent flyer miles, because he's the one that went to Brazil. And I think the chancellor wanted him to maybe stay there if he didn't come home with a Brazilian. And it's nice to have that type of support from our administration, Tommy Bell and the chancellor, in that they knew that we had a scholarship available late. And really supported us going out aggressively to fill that with a valuable student athlete. So it was very time consuming, very stressful, but we really like the 6 freshmen we have. And we can't afford to treat them like freshmen. They have to come in with the mindset that, you know, this team expects to compete for Summit League Championship every year. That's our goal. There's a couple words that I'm not even going to say right now that we won't use about this team. Yeah, we're young, but I think that especially by the end of September, we're going to be pretty darn good. After last year, only having 1 setter, and really, I guess Tessa McGill served as our backup setter because she at least did set in high school and was pretty good. But Megan Steenheisen really was our only setter last year. And I like that we were able to get through that with the success that we had, because what it helped us do is get back to a 2-year split in terms of age between our 2 setters. So now we have a junior-freshman combination, which is really ideal. So Madison Spence coming in from Columbus, and Megan Steenheisen, the ideal situation, because Madison isn't going to be thrown to the wolves as a freshman and have to compete in this league. She's going to get to learn from somebody like Megan Steenheisen and play with her every day, compete against her, and hopefully learn quickly. I do think that she'll push Megan Steenheisen a little bit because they are so different as far as what they bring to the table in terms of their abilities. Megan plays excellent backcourt defense now, has really worked hard to do that. She's very clear that that's expected of her, runs the team, makes good decisions. Madison Spence has probably a lot to learn in that regard. However, she is 6'1", and what a nice tool to have in our toolbox. You know, if Megan Steenheisen's size is hurting us in the front row, I think we have some pretty good options. Haley Emenhiser, we really think that she's ready for a good junior year here. She played early last year. She did get some good time and had some very good matches. I know against Bowling Green, I think, was one of them in one of the early tournaments. She had some very good matches for us. We made a choice that, you know, what we weren't willing to give up in terms of ball control, and she knows that she needed to work on that, and I think she has. It's continued to get better and put more finishing power, more pace on the ball when she hits it. She's also addressed that. In the spring, Steve worked really hard and had some gadgets to try and add, you know, miles per hour to her hit, her spike. So we think Haley Emenhiser is really going to step up this year. And then you're right. We have two freshmen who are going to have to battle it out, Kendall Linkus and Emily Spencer. Both of them are, I'm not going to read their bio to you, but both of them have pretty good accolades in terms of their high school and club competition. We also can't, in our program, we try not to have players so specific in a position that they can't help us where needed. So we've been known to move people around, and you know, attackers play a variety of positions. For example, Jessie Manwaring has played outside. I'm not sure that's the position for her, but you know, maybe it is. Maybe it is. Maybe that's the need that we have. Maybe Louisa Gomez, another freshman that is a middle. Maybe she's not ready to play middle at this level, but maybe she has an arm and can play left side for us. So I just like that we have a lot of good options. We do have some depth in the middle hitter position. We're really comfortable with Alli Hook because she's proved herself on the court at this point and knows how to play the game. She's a very good blocker, knows how to transition and work hard. So very reliable. Middle's a tough position. Having said that, it's really tough to expect a freshman to come in and learn the speed of the game and our offense in 2 weeks, essentially about 2.5 weeks before we play our first match. But we're going to expect that. We're going to expect them to compete for that position the day they get here. And then we do like our options because you're right, Megan Wiler, Jessie Manwaring, they had really good springs for us. So, you know, we'll look at, we're 5 deep. So I don't think as a coaching staff we should get too comfortable, especially very early, in any one lineup because we do have some options to consider. And to me, that's what the early tournaments in August and September are about. It's finding a lineup that, you know, gives you the best chance to get a good start. Back to when I started here. I mean, I could think about back before, you know, you were here. It was like Sarah Leffers, Nicole Ray, just really good defensive kids who are maybe a little gutsy and mean and chip on their shoulder about being short. I don't know, but they're just good. So we have 3 options. We're 3 deep in that position with Tessa McGill and Jen Milligan, who wore the libero jersey, I think, for 11 matches last year, while Tessa played outside. So she was our starting libero for 11 matches. So we have then Lauren Falk. And Lauren Falk is a gutsy kid. You know, hasn't played club, needs some technical training, but incredibly competitive and athletic and brilliant.